Are you crying yourself to sleep every night because there's no more Severance to watch? Are you trying to fill the void in your heart that Mark S. left there? Do you crave validation from your estranged father? Me too! In this video, I'm going to be talking about some stuff that you should watch if you're waiting for more Severance, if you want more stuff that's kind of in the same kind of area, even though just not as good, because nothing can ever measure up to Severance ever at all. Now, before we get into it, look at this percentage right here of people who are subscribed versus people who aren't. This is actually nuts. If you aren't subscribed, then please do me a favor and subscribe, because my god, the people that watch my videos definitely aren't subscribing. So you should be one of the people to join the club right here. So yeah, subscribe. It's free. You can always change your mind later. All right, here we go. Now I'm going to categorize these different recommendations based on what you like about the show and what you should watch depending on which parts of Severance that you like the most. Starting off with the mystery. If you like the mystery and all the entanglements and weirdness of the show, then I recommend Utopia. It is one of my favorite shows of all time. It's kind of like a paranoia drama thriller with some humor sprinkled throughout. It has one of the weirdest color palettes in any show I've ever seen in my life. Like, look at all these shots. They look so weird and vibrant and colorful and so unique and different, and the cinematography in it is so great. It also has the best soundtrack in any show I've ever seen in my life. Now, the show is basically about this graphic novel that basically predicted the future, and some people found volume 2 of that graphic novel, so everyone's trying to get their hands on it to be able to see what happens in the future, because they think that they can, you know, kind of figure out what happens, because the first volume predicted stuff that would happen, blah, 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 blah. And so these people on this forum who are very, very interested are all trying to get their hands on it. But then there's also this organization who's trying to get their hands on it, who are kind of like the bad guys, and you don't know who's a part of it, who isn't, like really what's going on. Everything is connected while everything isn't, while everything it's very like interconnected and convoluted, but so well written and incredibly executed. It's only 12 episodes across 2 seasons, so 6 episodes per season. It's pretty short, but man, if it is incredible. It's so damn good. I recommend watching it. The mystery and intrigue is definitely there, comparing it to Severance. Not knowing what's happening and then kind of getting some reveals here and there, but adding more questions on top of it. Very, very, very good. There are so many moments in this show that makes you go, holy shit, that just happened. Oh my god. Much like in Severance, how every 2 episodes or so there will be a really massive, huge holy shit moment that just makes you want to keep watching. Utopia is one of those shows that just get better the further you get into it. Season 2 is just incredible. So yeah, watch Utopia. Another recommendation I have is the show From. It's made by some of the same people that made Lost. It shares some of the same actors and stuff like that. It's more of a thriller / horror thing, but it's also an incredible mystery. It's about these people who get stuck in this town, and if they try to drive out of the town, they just end up back up in the same town. It's very weird. And then there are these creatures that come out at night that look like people and start wreaking havoc and killing people, and just weird shit keeps happening that you have no idea what's going on. But then again, it's one of those things where like everything is weirdly connected, and the mystery just keeps going and keeps stacking upon itself, and every single character in the show is so likable. Even the characters that you start off by hating, you spend so much time with them that you start rooting for them and get to know them and to really like them. It's a genre that I've heard people describe as cozy horror, so it is like horror. There's like some blood and guts in it, if that's your thing, but it's also weirdly cozy. There's a lot of downtime where you just get to spend time with the characters, you know, getting to know them and their relationships and how they've kind of made a life for themselves in this town where they can't escape. The acting is absolutely incredible. It has some phenomenal actors in it, but I can't really say too much without spoiling anything, so please just watch it. It is very good. Me and my wife are waiting for the next season to come out. We just want more because the mystery is so good and so intriguing and interesting. Very good. Recommend it. Watch From. Now, if you kind of like the sci-fi elements of Severance, then an obvious choice would be Black Mirror. That show is very good at giving you like a strange concept each episode and just kind of rolling with it. Now, it is an anthology series, meaning that every episode is a different story. So in that way, it's very different from Severance. But in the way that it's similar is that it has a strange sci-fi concept that raises all these weird moral questions and quandaries that just kind of stick in your mind and that really gets you thinking. They just came out with a new season. I haven't seen it, but it's probably good if it's anything like the other ones. But if you've already seen Black Mirror or not interested, then I recommend The Platform. That is an incredible movie that also just kind of has this like one core concept, but then it keeps kind of raising all these questions and where you can go with it, and it's so brilliantly written, and the acting is just incredible. It's about this guy who wakes up in this chamber that has a hole in the top and a hole in the bottom, and there's one other person in there with him. And if you look, you can see all these different levels and all these different people, and there's a platform with food on it once a day that comes from the top and goes all the way down, and you have to eat off of the platform as much as you can when it comes to your level, because that's the only food you'll get. Now that means people on higher levels get more food, and the further it goes down, the less food there will be on the platform, meaning that the people on lower levels get less food. It's a very, very interesting concept. It's excellently executed. So good. Highly recommend it. Another weird sci-fi movie you could watch is Level 16. That is a very weird one. It's like kind of about this facility with these girls who are just kind of in this building that they've kind of been there their whole life, and you don't really know what's going on, and all their mannerisms seem like weirdly off and uncanny, and all of these girls are kind of in this quote-unquote school, but it feels more like a prison, so it's like, what's really going on there? And they end up on this level, which is Level 16, which is the last quote-unquote level in this weird facility. And they're told to like follow these feminine virtues, and like they're told that like they're being protected in there, and the outside is poisonous and they can't go out, and they have to be in there all the time. It's very weird. The mystery is really good. It's a very strange movie at the end of the day. It's definitely weird. Now, if that doesn't sound like something you would like, then you can always go with Uglies. Greatest movie of all time. Now, if you like the humor in Severance, then obviously you could go with The Office. Absolutely hilarious. It's in an office setting. You know, people have made that comparison before, but you know, it's not really a thriller or a mystery or anything, but you know, you could always watch The Office if you want. But another one you could watch is Jack and Dean of All Trades. It's one of my favorite sitcoms of all time. The streaming service it was on, called Full Screen, got shut down, so they just posted the entire show on YouTube. It's only 10-minute episodes, so it's pretty easy to get through the whole thing very quickly. 2 seasons. It's very funny. It's about these 2 guys who are looking for a job, and basically each episode they get a new job and try a new thing, and then they, you know, suck at it every time, and it's just hilarious. And it's also made by 2 YouTubers, Jack and Dean. It's I love those guys. They're some of the funniest people out there. They're great. Anyway, those are my recommendations. If you're waiting for more Severance and you want to fill the void with something, please let me know if you've seen any of these shows, if you watch them and what you think about them, or if you have any other recommendations on what you think I should watch based on my recommendations and Severance and whatever. And also let me know what you thought of that finale. I loved it. I thought it was great. Also, check out my music in the description. That would mean a lot. Put it on your playlists. I got a bunch of new songs coming, so yeah. Anyway, that's all. Bye.